there are others. Like in 2009, I remember it well. Because it was a month later. It's very strange. I was working in a bar as a doorman. And that night, there was an altercation like many nights in bars. A fight broke out. I grabbed a guy by the back to immobilize him, so he would stop fighting. And then someone punched him. And, as I was backing up the person I was holding, put his foot on my foot so I couldn't move. And I fell backwards with the guy. I hit the back of my head on a steel speaker corner. No more sound, no more picture, no more anything. All I know is what they told me afterwards. I didn't see a tunnel or anything. They told me that my head had doubled, even tripled size, because of the shock. And I had no heartbeat, no breathing. Someone gave me CPR. And who worked in a major hospital in Montreal. She took my pulse. For over 9 minutes, I had no vital signs, my eyes were wide open. People were passing me by, and didn't recognize me for the most part. Everyone thought I was dead. When I woke up, I was in a very white place, with people in white over me, and there was music playing, and it was Amazing Grace. And when I became conscious, I saw that the first aid people were not in white. They were clothed in gray and red marked first aid. I don't know what happened. I felt very cold, as if I had been dropped off somewhere. Then I was emergency transported to the nearest hospital. An employee called my girlfriend at the time, and told her that I was probably dead. When she arrived, I was sitting on the bed quietly. My head was no longer swollen. It had only been an hour since it had happened. There was no way I could have been in a normal state with the head trauma I had suffered. A few days later, I had a CT scan in a specialized center. The scanner didn't work. There were problems of interference. And the doctor didn't understand. Finally, the scanner worked without anyone touching it. He said to me, "You will have the results in several days." I said, "Sorry, wait, I'm too anxious, I'm afraid. I want to know what's wrong with me." He called me after 3 days and told me, "Sir, you have to come. I can't tell you the results over the phone." In general, he can't tell you the results over the phone, because there may be a bad reaction from the person. So, I go to the hospital, under stress. He said, "I've never seen anything like this in my career. You have nothing. I looked at your x-ray. I looked at your medical prescription, when you were hospitalized. I don't understand, you don't even have a wound on your scalp. It looks like you never fell on your head in your life."
You arrived at the emergency with a deformed head?
All the people who see this video right now remember this moment. The police arrived and the paramedics. When they saw the state I was in, people said to themselves, "He is dead." And especially when your eyes are wide open and your head is like this, the sequels will be terrible, and nothing. The next day, I was working again. Because I was feeling okay. And a guy told me, "Did you hear yesterday? There was a big fight at the bar. There was a death." I say, "Yes, that's me." And the person realized it was me. There has always been something very strange about my celestial protection, you see. Even now, I think that the white people look strangely like the people in white that I had already seen when I had my abduction as a child. You know, when I disappeared on the beach, in front of my parents, because I saw these white beings. And except for doctors, there is nobody who is in white, and certainly not people who are first aid, you know.
This week, I read an article about Tesla with teleportation. And it made me think of the stories you told me about yourself. Your teleportation experiences.
Yes, in secondary school, so something very strange happened to me. I was in school, and then we were in class. I was at an exam, and suddenly, I decided to go pee. You have to go to the bathroom when you are stressed by an exam. I decide to get up, and strangely enough, you're not allowed to get up during an exam, because you can cheat or whatever. And nobody pays any attention to me when I get up, like I'm invisible. And the teacher has her head up, it's like she's frozen. Time is stopped. I go to the toilet. We are on the second floor of the school building. 4 walls, no windows. There is a small timer for the light to save energy. You turn this, and you have 3 minutes before the light switches off. You have to be quick. Suddenly, I'm peeing, and all of a sudden, the light switches off. I find myself in the dark. And when I look for the switch, I find a switch instead of finding the timer. I switch it on again, and I'm in the bathroom, but from my house. From my parents' house. I'm at home. Imagine the anguish. And finally, I'm written up as absent from the exam. Because, where was Jean-Charles?
You are not in school anymore.
No, I'm not in the classroom anymore. My jacket is on the chair, everything is there. The toilet is locked from the inside. There is no window, it's a closed room, you know. Finally, they succeed with a locksmith to open the door. And I am not inside. I was at home, so, phone calls.
Did they call your parents?
Yes. The school was panicked. I explained to my parents, they understood, and they protected me saying, no, he wasn't feeling well, he went home. But can you imagine that? My coat, with my house keys, and my bus pass were in the classroom. I landed in the bathroom at home.
And your parents, how did they handle it?
I am lucky to have very receptive parents. I have golden parents, because my parents know everything. They know everything about me. Besides, you can see, when we do video conferences with them, what they say is so natural for them. Victor, the Alliance, the Space Force, everything is perfect. I have this wonderful chance to share with them, and to talk to them about everything. They listen to me, and they see.
Your life experience is not common.
I have another one, but I can't say it right now. I'd rather save it for maybe a book, you know. I don't want to give it all away. But it's one of those things that happened. So, when you're in the school bathroom, and you end up in the bathroom at home, I didn't dream. I physically disappeared to get there.